Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Justy. It is too freaking hot for a wig today. So my hair is out. We're hanging out natural. I was not sticking one on my head. Today, we are back at the scene of the crime to talk about this garbage imposter. Now, I originally was not actually intending to make this video. I hummed and hawed about it for a while. And the reason I was so hesitant was because I had to use somebody else's video to figure out if mine was a counterfeit or not. So I didn't know if I was like the leading authority on fake bags, and that video was very, very useful. So people can absolutely use that one too. But then I continued thinking, and when I posted about this bag being a counterfeit and the issues I was having, so many people that I know were like, oh my God, like I didn't know they were making counterfeits. How did you know that it was a counterfeit? I can't tell it's fake, all of this stuff. And I realized that another video is just more exposure that this type of thing is happening, because so many people aren't even aware that fakes like this of Loungefly are being made. It's not even on their radar, just like me. That's why I wasn't careful when I was buying this, because I had absolutely no concept that this was even happening. So I think just another video about it is a really good way to spread awareness for people and give them tools to help them look out for this type of stuff. And as well, I couldn't see any other like Loki counterfeit videos. It was just made by the one creator. So again, another one is really helpful in that not every counterfeit looks the exact same. I did not have a lot of the things that she did, and she had things that I didn't have. So I think I just said the same thing twice. Either way, it's good to see another bag, get another view, and really learn some of the telltale signs that what you're buying is a fake. Because I do not want anyone to have to go through what I went through. It really sucks when you realize that you have purchased a fake of something you have wanted for like a million years. But it's fine. I'm fine. You guys did not come here to listen to me whine about getting a fake bag, so let's talk about how I figured out this was a counterfeit bag, huh? I am going to link in the description the videos that I used to help discover mine was fake. I recommend watching those, especially if you have a Loki specific, for a different perspective and other things that are a red flag. So use that one, use mine, use others that you find. It's all tools in your arsenal against these jerks. So, how did I figure this out? Well, if you watch my last video in this space, I was completely unaware that people were making counterfeits like this. When I became worried that I had been scammed on YouTube when I bought this bag, I thought I would either receive something completely not even remotely close, like just some random bag that wasn't even slightly Loungefly or Loki or anything, just basically a bag to fill in for the Loki, or I would receive something made, but not made even close, like it wouldn't have the official looking tags and stuff on it. So as soon as I saw these, not knowing this was a problem, I was like, oh, obviously this bag is good to go. Not necessarily, as we have learned. Luckily, someone was brave enough to comment that like, hey, actually, I think that is a fake. You need to do a little more research. I super appreciate that. I would have gone through my whole life carrying this around like a real bag. So I truly appreciate you and what you did. Now, I don't have a real one to compare this against. There is a real one in the video that I've linked down below if you want to see what a real Loki bag looks like. So I'm going to use an image. I'll have it pop up every once in a while. And as well, I'm going to do some comparison to my Loungefly bags, because there are things that, while obviously Loki specific stuff is only going to be on the Loki bag, there's other stuff to look out for that is across all Loungefly. So first up, the first biggest glaringly obvious thing, which I really didn't pay that much attention to because again, I didn't know this was a thing, is the misshapen parts of this bag. I had mentioned that, oh, it got a little smushy in shipping. It's been sitting in the same way for a long time. There's nothing to be done about that. And while that's true for small little things, Loungefly bags absolutely are much sturdier than this. They should not be pressed in all like that. You may have some slight dip or denting or whatever you want to call it, but it should not look like this. It should not be sunken in up here. Loungefly uses really sturdy, stiff materials, and I can back that up. I've had several Loungefly mini bags in my closet, kind of all pushed up against each other, and as soon as I pull them out, they're just their original shape. I've brought Loungefly bags home from conventions in luggage full of a million other things, and they still retain their shape. So this is a big red flag. If you're seeing really like big misshapen parts of your bag, not good. Not looking good for if it's real. Another thing we can look at without comparing it to another Loungefly bag is actually this front pocket. I didn't notice till I was really scrutinizing and looking at it later, but it's completely off center. This is not in the middle, it's more to this side, and the little V, actually, we'll come closer. This little V is not even like an even V. Like one side is longer than the other, so that's not good. Now I did talk about how the zippers were metal and heavy duty, which while correct, they actually don't function that well now that I've tried them a couple times. The teeth get stuck consistently. It doesn't like to zip all the way closed. I actually have a lot of issues opening and closing this. You should not have that many issues with your real Loungefly bags. You absolutely may have the zipper, you know, get a little caught every once in a while because that's a thing that'll happen. But the fact that I am always struggling, especially with this front zipper, that is not good. Now, in the video that I watched, she talked a lot about how the stitching was really not neat, unclean. You could see where things had stopped and started all over the place. That's where I got a little thrown off by mine because the stitching on mine is actually beautiful. It's crisp, it's very clean, it matches the color, there's no ugly stop and start points anywhere. They did a really, really good job with the stitching. What I did notice though is these circles down here, while very nice and even stitched, are too wide. These circles should be, the stitching circles should be actually closer together. I'll show you a close-up of one of the bags. So that in itself was a big red flag. These should not be this far apart. Apparently as well, her lining was put inside out in the bag. Now I cannot show you in there, it's too dark, but my lining is correct. It reads Marvel, it's put in there, it's the way it should be, and it's opposite, you know, one reads like this, one reads like this. But that's something to keep an eye out on as well. And as well, something that I noticed that maybe wasn't on her bag, she had really, like, the seals on the side of the horns were completely off. They weren't properly sealed. You could see open edges. My edges are all beautiful, so again, another thing that threw me off, but mine really unevenly overlap. Like one horn covers the other horn a lot more. They're not perfectly center, or one was made longer or taller. The horns are off. They should be pretty darn symmetrical and perfect for Loungefly and their quality. So that's another red flag, is this really terrible overlap and not proper evenness within the horns, I guess is a way to describe it. Another Loki specific is actually all of this is pretty just like, this is just a solid green. It's really gonna be hard to tell. I'll try and get closer again. We're gonna play this game a lot. This is just like a regular solid green. This is just a normal gold, black, whatever. The real Loki bag, which you'll see in the video this woman makes, very easy to tell, harder to tell in photos. All of this should actually have a texture. The green should be a specific textured green. It shouldn't just be flat like this. The black shouldn't just be flat. So that was another thing that, because I hadn't ever seen a real one, I didn't know, but is something to keep in mind. These should have texture. That's pretty much kind of the Loki specific things on this bag. I'm gonna grab some of my other Loungefly bags to compare a few other things that should be pretty universal across all their bags, so just give me 1 minute here. This is one of my newer bags. Now there's another thing you can look out for, which really only applies if you're buying new with tags. If you are buying something you are aware of is secondhand off another person, obviously you're not going to be able to look at the tags or the packaging or anything like that. But if a seller is advertising you a brand new with tag, something else that you should have that I've also learned in this experience is there is a foam protector in every single one of these bags' pockets here. You can see it's quite thick. It keeps the pockets shaped the way it should be in shipping, so there is no bad dents and bumps in it like the Loki had. This bag, while it did have packaging in there when I opened it, it was just like a blown up regular bubble wrap you could find in anything. So if somebody advertises you new with tags, meaning it's never been, ooh, I almost dropped one, meaning it's never been used, it's never been opened, anything like that, you should have that bit of foam in the pocket, because if it's brand new with tags, why would the foam be out, you know? Now, one thing I noticed is the woman with her video talked about the tags. And she talked about how the Loungefly tags should be on this kind of rope string. instead of just a plastic string. Now that is actually not always true. So this one came on a rope, which is like, oh, okay, well, I thought it was official and she said they should come with a rope. So I was like, good, that's nice. But this is a brand new Loungefly bag I just recently got from Hot Topic. And as you can see, it actually does use the plastic tag. So depending on where the bag originally came from, was it bought from Loungefly? Was it bought from Hot Topic? Was it bought from a smaller retailer? Whatever it is, there can actually be different variations to this tag. What there always should be, and I verified this with a few of my newer ones that I haven't taken the tags off yet, is this little caution entanglement hazard tag. This has been on every single Loungefly that I have looked at that's brand new. This one does not have that. It was just the Marvel Loungefly tag. And again, if it's new with tags, why would that caution be missing? So that's another thing to look out for. Again, if it's secondhand, that tag won't be there. None of the tags will be, but it's something to keep an eye on if you are buying brand new. Now this one I can't talk about the straps because it's actually got a completely different type of strap. So I'm gonna grab one more bag. This one can be a bit of a pain to look out for. She did mention it in her video and it took me a while to really see it in mine. But your straps should be pretty thick and have a bit of life to them. Even this one that has been literally sitting against a wall in my closet, they curve out, they're quite thick. There's no like bad kinks from where it's been pressed down or anything. Where this bag, they were immediately like straight down, lifeless out of the bag. They're not very thick and they're also not very comfortable just squishing this versus the other one. These like don't feel great. That's something to look out for, is the quality of the straps. That's really going to be easier to kind of dissect and investigate if you have another bag to compare it to. If you're just looking at them, it's your first bag, or maybe you're not as familiar, it honestly would be hard to pinpoint. I did not notice until she mentioned it, and then I looked at my bags and I was like, yeah, these do kind of suck. So honestly, that is really the big things that confirmed to me this was a counterfeit, and that's the really big things you should be looking at. Not as high quality craftsmanship. Loungefly takes their bags pretty darn seriously. I have never received a less than perfect bag from Loungefly. So this should not be happening. You should not have things off center. You should be able to comfortably use zippers. That should not be a problem. It shouldn't be folding in on itself. Now, a bunch of people after this happened to me expressed condolences, which is very nice, thank you. And as well, were curious, you know, I hope you get your money back. Did you get your money back? How did that go? So I thought I'd talk a little bit about that, as well as talk about the seller and the listings on eBay. So that way maybe I can help people not buy these in the first place. So you don't have to dissect them like I have. After confirming it was for sure a fake, I reached out to the seller with a message. I said, hey, you've sold me a fake Loungefly bag. This is, you know, essentially stealing. This is not your brand. This is unacceptable. I want my money back. They sent me a message back that basically said, we're sorry about this. We will give you your money back. Leave us a good review and you don't have to send the bag back, which is so friggin' sketch. Don't fall into these types of traps. They're trying to like imply if you don't, you're not going to get your money back, or it's going to be a whole process. If they're selling stolen merchandise, you are going to get your money back. You may have to go through eBay in the end, but you're going to get it back. Sure, it may be more work to have to send it back to them, but it's worth it to really not support these kind of businesses. Anyways, I lucked out / suffered equal measures because I had actually already left a positive review about this bag. Because when I first opened it, I was very happy. We all saw in the video. I thought it was real. I had it for a couple days. I was satisfied. I thought it was a real Loungefly bag, so I said 5 stars. Great, thank you for the Loungefly bag. And then the video went up and I realized. And eBay apparently doesn't have a feature in which you can like take your reviews back. Maybe nobody does. I've never tried to. I've never needed to do this, but I can't take my review back. There was no way that I could see to retract it. So I replied, I've already given a good review, because that's true. Give me my money back. And they did. So I did get my money back, and I maybe put it to pre-ordering a Winter Soldier bag. So I'm feeling good about that. I agreed to the positive review. I did not agree to not make a video about this and them. So here's the seller. don't buy from them. They not only sell fakes of things, they're going to try and make you leave a positive review so they can keep selling fakes of things even though you found out it's fake. Nice. After this whole fiasco and I was looking back at the listing I purchased from, I also looked at a few other listings that either had it around a similar price or maybe was a little bit more, but still way under what a bunch of the other bags were. And I found something really fun. That is a really good tip for you to look out for. They had the standard just stock photo Loungefly bags that you'd see on any Loungefly website or anybody authorized to sell it. And then to try and prove that it's real, they had some like pictures of the bag in real life, of it being held, etc., etc. All of these listings from these different sellers have the same real life photos. Nice. So I'd keep an eye out for that. And if while you're looking into buying a bag like this or another Loungefly bags, go through a couple different listings. Do you see the same real life photo everywhere you click? It's probably not that real then. Because I didn't know this was even an issue that was happening and I was just so excited about a $30 Loungefly bag, I didn't even check the other listings. I was just like, I'm gonna buy this one. Now that I know that this is happening, I will absolutely be properly checking every single listing. That's all my advice. I've run out right there. My brain's dead. I got nothing. Well, thank you for joining me in my lie bag today to learn a little bit more about these counterfeits and how you can avoid getting a counterfeit in your life. I am devastated that I am now back to 0 Loki Loungefly bags. One day I'll correct that, I swear. And to the other question that I was asked or suggested to by a lot of people, no, I will not be keeping this bag. Yes, it is a very, very good fake and it looks pretty good, but I don't like that it's a fake. Personally, again, I'm not judging anybody who keeps these. You spent money on it. Keep it if you want to. I just don't like that it's a fake, and because I've got like a Loungefly collection, it bothers me that in it is like a fake bag that says Loungefly but isn't actually Loungefly. It just grates on my nerves. So this will be going. I gotta get rid of it. I've made the video now, so it can leave. The next Loungefly video that I make will absolutely be the collection video I talked about. I'm waiting for a bag to arrive, and then I might make it, or maybe a little bit after. Either way, it will be coming. I promised. I mentioned it. A bunch of people said, yes, we want that. So it'll happen. It's just not my first thing I'm gonna be filming. Also, I don't wanna make like 100 Loungefly bags videos in like a row. As much as I love them, that's like not totally what my channel theme is, although, do I really care about that? Either way, it's coming in the future, I promise. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching today. I am gonna go and enjoy this sunny day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!